On this edition of From the Core, we discover how eating the right foods can improve your lifestyle.
We take dance a step or two beyond mere entertainment.
And we'll show you how to serve your community in new and innovative ways.
All of these stories and so much more on this edition of From the Core.
Hi, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Lumiere. We are so excited to welcome you to From the Core. As a matter of fact, this edition of FTC marks the first show totally produced by members of the Mayor's Youth Corps class of 2014.
No worries. Just like the class of 2013, we're going to bring you news and trends important to teens in Tampa Bay.
As many teens go about their daily lives, nutrition takes a back seat to their activities.
Specifically, bad eating habits and teens on the go could be a recipe for disaster.
In this lead story, Pia reveals one girl's mission to get in shape and explains the benefits of healthy eating.
Right after school, 16-year-old Kelly Hayes likes to stop by her local park for a light jog and some exercise. Although Kelly loves to jog now, this wasn't always the case.
In middle school, I found myself in a position where I was so stressed with all the schoolwork and really all my extracurricular activities that I started to just eat what I could, and convenience was really key for me because I would just go to the nearest McDonald's and pick up the fastest thing on the menu just so I could get done with school and eventually just go to bed.
While on the go, Kelly often found herself resorting to her nearest fast food restaurants.
I just felt really unhealthy and I would go really out of breath after running like a short distance, so I figured that it would really benefit me if I just started paying more attention to what I was eating and paying more attention to my fitness.
According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 14% of high school students do not participate in at least 60 minutes of physical activities per day. They also state that healthy eating in childhood is important for proper growth and development and can prevent health problems such as obesity and iron deficiency. Dr. Mary Keith, a local dietitian, has some interesting insight regarding the way we eat.
All of our advertising is geared to make us want to eat more. And what we see mostly in the advertising is not the best food for us. It's usually high in fat, it's high in sugar, it's easily accessible.
Here's an example of why it is important to watch what you eat and what you drink. How many of you drink soda? If you are drinking 2 cans of soda every day for an entire month, this is what it's doing to you. You are consuming 5.5 gallons of soda. And if you are consuming 5.5 gallons of soda, you're also consuming 5.5 pounds of pure sugar.
Although it is easy to give in to unhealthy eating habits, Dr. Keith gives some additional alternatives on addressing the bad habit.
Really, we should be eating every 3 or 4 hours. Most of the studies show that people who manage to eat a breakfast, a snack, a lunch, a snack, rather than just a breakfast and a supper, do well, do much better. So the trick is, what am I going to snack on? So you can put an apple in your pocket. You can take a couple of string cheese sticks with you, have some crackers, get a small carton of milk instead of a big bottle of soda.
As for Kelly, her new lifestyle has led to a new attitude and positive perspective.
So Kelly, are you content with the changes that you have made in your life so far?
Yes, I'm very content because I have so much more energy now and so much more confidence that I feel like I have the ability to do things that I wouldn't have even thought of a year ago.
For other teenagers that may be in your same shoes, what other advice would you have for them?
I would say to never give up because you may make a mistake, but we're human, so it happens all the time. I would say the hardest part is the beginning, but once you get past that, it just gets easier and easier, and you'll never look back and regret it.
This is Pia reporting for From the Core.
Wow, I'll definitely think twice before picking up a bag of chips next time.
Me too.
Our next story also centers on getting in shape.
Teens not involved in competitive sports have a new way to work away the pounds.
FTC reporter Melisha shows us how one school is using Zumba to make an impact.
Just about every Tuesday, Parents, students, and teachers at Bible Truth Academy come together after school for an hour's worth of Zumba. Zumba is a program that involves dance and aerobic moves. Principal Suzette Dean explains why she started the Zumba class.
I wanted to lose some weight, and I wanted other people to lose some weight, so we all joined together losing some weight.
The Zumba instructor expresses her love for helping people through exercise.
I love Zumba, I love to dance, and I love to praise God. I love worship, I love the energy, I love family gatherings, and I just love music.
Participants expressed how they felt about the Zumba class.
Just the intensity of it. You get to spend time with some awesome people, and we had an awesome instructor.
There you have it. This is a place where kids, adults, friends, and family can come together and exercise and have fun. You should try out a Zumba class. Have fun, keep moving, and just dance. This is Melisha reporting for From the Core.
They can really move.
I'm going to sign us up for the next class.
Thanks. We will be back before you can bust a move.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Here.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up.
Hi, I'm Bailey, and this is Civics 101. The United States prides itself on equal rights for all, but that has not always been the case. What was one of the most important pieces of civil rights legislation passed after the Civil War? We'll find out right after this break.
I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was a landmark piece of legislation because it prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It reflected the changing nature of social conditions in the United States. Minority groups had grown more vocal and persuasive in their demands, and many white Americans had begun to see the need for civil rights laws. In addition to challenging segregation in the courts, African Americans relied increasingly upon direct action to publicize their plight by staging sit-ins and boycotts. As protests increased, they began to be met with violence, and federal troops were called out to protect civil rights workers. The coverage of these events by the national media brought pictures into homes throughout the country of whites beating African Americans, of dogs snarling at protesters, of fire hoses being turned on marchers, and of police using electric cattle prods to control crowds, forcing the nation as a whole to review its treatment of African Americans and other minorities. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was passed by the Senate on June 10th. It was also passed by the House on July 2nd and was signed into law later that day by President Lyndon Johnson. I'm Bailey. Thanks for watching this month's Civics 101.
Welcome back to From the Core.
Each year, more than 4 million people in over 20 countries band together through the Relay for Life movement.
Over the coming months, this international movement to save lives from cancer will take over Tampa.
We sent Jasmine to one of these events. She filed this report.
This is no ordinary talent show. These young performers, along with hundreds of their peers, are walking, dancing, and singing in an effort to fight cancer. For 18 hours, beginning Saturday, March 22nd, and all through the night, King High School hosted a Relay for Life event. Through fundraisers like this, the students hope to celebrate, honor, and remember loved ones who have been affected by cancer. Jessie Stokes, a devoted 10th grader from King, has been involved with Relay for Life for 12 years. Jessie reveals the true meaning of Relay for Life.
The theme this year is Once Upon a Time in a World Without Cancer, which I think is a great theme because we're relating back to stories and fairy tales that most everyone can relate to. The people you see walking and running the track, it's because cancer doesn't sleep, so that's why we have one person representing a team walking for 24 hours because we aren't going to sleep because cancer doesn't sleep.
And when it comes to Relay for Life, the more people involved, the merrier. There are over 600 participants for this Relay for Life event hosted by King High School. The plan is to raise $135,000 for the American Cancer Society, and from the looks of it, they are on their way to the finish line. Many of the participants here registered in teams, each with their own unique identity and tent.
You're working now?
Kennedy Ware, proud captain of Team Snow White, shows how inspired her group is through the creativity of their tent.
We're the third biggest fundraising team in the school right now, so we've raised over $2,000 for the cause, and right now, as you can see, it's going pretty well. We have an on-site fundraiser today that we use to promote even more fundraising for the American Cancer Society.
Throughout the day, each team sells delicious foods and original trinkets to one another and to the community. And if you're not too busy chowing down or collecting new souvenirs, you can take part in walking laps with leaders, caregivers, and survivors. First-time participant Jade Talati is excited to witness a memorable moment within Relay for Life.
I'm looking forward to the Luminaria ceremony because it's a time where we can remember those who have died from cancer and who are surviving. And all those bags behind us will be lit up, and it's going to be a fun moment.
The most rewarding part would be knowing that I helped fight back and stand up against something that affects everyone. Cancer doesn't pick its victims based on ethnicity, race, gender, age. It affects everyone and those around them.
We're sending cancer far, far away.
This is Jasmine reporting for From the Core.
King High School raised over $100,000. And it looked like they had a great time, too.
I agree. And if you would like more information on Relay for Life, or if you are interested in registering, volunteering, or donating, go to relayforlife.org. We'll see you after this public service announcement.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
You are watching From the Core. She's Lumiere.
And he's my good friend Kyle.
Our show is focused on staying healthy, happy, and fit.
With a few surprises, too.
Like
the introduction of a new segment.
Okay, great. Please continue.
Talk About It is the newest addition to From the Core. Here, we let Tampa's do-gooders tell us what they're doing in their own words.
This time around, we'll hear from Kaylee Fernandez, a local teen who's serving her community with a twist.
I'm Kaylee Fernandez, and I'm the founder of Kaylee's Kitchen. Kaylee's Kitchen is teaching children how to cook using the basic food that they would get from a food bank. The main goal is to teach these kids how to cook using the foods that they're given, and so that they'll have these life skills that they'll be able to use for the rest of their lives. The idea came from when I used to work at food banks when I was younger with my mom, and the two of us noticed that the parents who were receiving the food from the food banks didn't know how to cook with what they were given. So from this, I decided to teach the kids how to cook with the food from a food bank. I've been able to teach the kids not only cooking, but also kitchen safety, table manners, and the food guide and the importance of nutrition. In today's society, fast food is so common because we're always on the go and we're always moving. So I wanted to teach these kids that if they know how to cook the correct way, they can easily create healthy meals the same way and getting much better results from what they eat. Teaching students how to cook is a life skill, so these kids are going to have it from now until when they have families of their own. So by giving them cookbooks and by giving them the skills and doing hands-on cooking, they'll have the opportunities for the rest of their life. I feel that this is something that all types of kids can benefit from, and I hope to be able to spread it to as many kids as I can and show them the importance of cooking.
Kaylee's Kitchen sounds like a blast.
We're happy to hear that Kaylee is passing down the reins to a couple of underclassmen this year, so that she may start a new chapter when she goes off to college in the fall.
Good luck, Kaylee. We hope you keep cooking and teaching new kids in the future.
Finally, my fellow NYC members and I would like to congratulate Middleton High School on having all 3 of their robotics teams winning a bid to the first Tech Challenge World Championships in St. Louis, Missouri. There are currently 3,000 First Tech Challenge teams worldwide. Only 128 will qualify for the World Championship.
This will be the 4th consecutive year for a Middleton First Tech Challenge team to attend the World Championship.
We also want to shout about the Robinson French Club. Earlier this year, they attended the Congrès de la Culture Française in Floride.
This event is the largest gathering of French students to compete in the academic activities in the United States. Events include la lecture, reading comprehension, le discours, or impromptu speaking, la déclamation, or poetry recitation, pièce, musical theater, sonnet, skit, and casse-tête, or quiz bowl. Students are graded on the scale honorable mention, good, excellent, and superior.
Congratulations to our local high school talent. We wish you all the best.
Well, that about does it.
To you at home or on the web, don't forget to tune in next month.
And remember, wherever you are, whatever you are doing,
always do your part.
See you soon on
From the Core.